Ever wondered if you really need to drop over $600 on a professional microphone setup? Today, we're putting that to the test. We're comparing my premium Shure SM7DB dynamic microphone on the Elgato Wave low-profile mic arm setup with the FIFINE budget-friendly K688 XLR USB dynamic microphone on their BM88 low-profile boom arm. Can a $120 setup really stack up against a $600 setup? Let's find out. A little over a month ago, I decided to upgrade my audio setup by adding a proper dynamic microphone and mic arm. I ended up purchasing the Shure SM7DB XLR microphone, which normally goes for about $500. I also purchased the Elgato Wave low-profile mic arm, which goes for $100. That brought my total investment up to $600. But because the Shure SM7DB is an XLR microphone, I needed an audio interface to plug it into. I went with the Scarlett Vocaster 2 audio interface, which goes for $250. This now put my total upgrade at over $850, which I thought was worth it since I've been really working on upping my audio quality. About a month later, FIFINE reached out to me to see if I'd be interested in testing out their budget microphone, the K688 XLR USB dynamic microphone, and their BM88 low-profile boom arm. I told them that I wanted to compare their budget setup against my high-end setup, and they agreed that it would make for a valuable video for you guys, which was very cool of them to do. Their K688 currently goes for $73, which makes it $427 cheaper than the Shure SM7DB. Their BM88 mic arm goes for $60, making it $40 cheaper than the Elgato Wave Arm. That puts the grand total for this setup at under $120. The K688 comes with a user manual, a USB-C to USB-A cable, a 5/8 male to 3/8 female adapter, and the microphone itself, which is placed in its own shock mount. Right away, I notice how similar it is to the Shure SM7DB when it comes to the design, but it definitely feels a lot lighter than the Shure, which does make it feel a little cheaper. No surprise there, as this was something I was expecting. On the top, we have the touch-sensitive mute button, and on the back, we see the USB-C port, XLR port, and audio jack if you choose to plug in headphones, along with the knobs that control the volume of the mic and headphones. Moving on to the BM88 low-profile boom arm, the arm itself, which gives me a similar feeling to the K688 microphone, meaning the design is very similar to the Elgato Wave low-profile mic arm. The clamp for the arm is a bit sturdier, just like the one from the Elgato, and you also get the end ball head joint where you can attach a microphone, along with an Allen key you can use to make some adjustments. As I begin to set it up, I pull out the Elgato Wave Arm so we can compare a little further. You can see that they are very similar in the length of the arms, with the BM88 being just a little shorter, but not really a big deal. You can see the Elgato Wave does feel a little more premium and hefty, but both arms do offer cable management channels to keep your setups looking clean. On the Elgato, the channel cover is held in place by strong magnets. The BM88 is similar in design, but in this case, the cover is plastic and you have to slide it open to expose the channels. Installation of the BM88 is pretty much the same as the Wave. You just slide in the clamp to the edge of your desk and just turn it to tighten it down. Then you drop the main arm in and use the Allen key to secure it. Then you loosen the ball head joint and attach it to the end of the arm. When it's in the position you want, you just tighten it with the handle. When raising the arm up or down, you will need to use the Allen key again to tighten it into place, which is just a little more work than you would have to do on the Elgato Wave Arm, since that one has a handle in that spot that you can use to tighten it. Installing the K688 is done by simply screwing in the microphone until it's tight and loosening the ball head joint so you can dial in the angle that you'd like. Now, one thing I've noticed about using low-profile mic arms is that the logos on the microphones themselves will be upside down, which bothers the heck out of me when it comes to the aesthetics of my setups. So, just like the Shure SM7DB, it was annoying to flip the mic over so the logo is facing right side up on the K688. I had to remove it from the shock mount by taking out the rubber bands, which was easy, but getting them back on after I flipped it over was a very frustrating process the first time. I ended up using the Allen key to help me keep the bands in place as I got them back through the loops and through the grooves. Not fun, but a minor gripe in the grand scheme of things. Visually, both setups look professional and sleek. And in case you were wondering, I've been using the K688 for the voiceover portion of this video the entire time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Now, let's move on to what really matters, the sound. We're going to perform an audio test between the two setups. I'll be recording a few samples with each microphone and arm. They'll include a raw voiceover with no post-processing on it, straight from the mic, podcast style, and also a test with some background noise from a fan. This is the FIFINE K688 XLR USB dynamic microphone on their BM88 low-profile boom arm. And now we are in USB mode. This is straight plug and play, no audio interface needed, about 3 to 6 inches away from the microphone, which is what the recommended distance is to get the best audio quality. I have the volume setting turned all the way up, and this is what I think is getting me the best audio, but we'll compare them after. And keep in mind that the controls on the microphone only work in USB mode. So the headphone volume, the mic volume, and even the mute button, which we'll test out right now. So I am about to mute this. We're going to see what this sounds like. And this is it back on. This is me tapping on the microphone, so you hear what that sounds like. And then we'll leave it alone, and now you can hear what it sounds like, complete quiet. Okay, and then we're gonna turn on a fan. So now we're testing the dynamic microphone aspect of it. So this should technically be rejecting a lot of the fan noise. My voice should still come in pretty clear. And so this is it with a fan on full blast behind the microphone. And now you know what this sounds like. Again, this is in USB mode with the FIFINE K688 XLR USB dynamic microphone on their BM88 Boom Arm. Here we are with the Shure SM7DB XLR dynamic microphone, and it is sitting on an Elgato Wave low-profile mic arm. Now, this microphone only works in XLR mode, which means you need an XLR cable, and then you need to run the cable into an audio interface, and then the audio interface goes into your computer. So here I have it plugged into my Vocaster 2 audio interface. Here's what it sounds like. Here is what it sounds like with no noise. Okay, and then we're going to turn on a fan so you guys can hear the audio rejection that this dynamic microphone should offer. All right, so the fan is on at full blast, and this is what my voice sounds like with the fan blasting behind the microphone. And there you go. So that was the Shure SM7DB dynamic XLR microphone on the Elgato Wave low-profile mic arm. Okay, we're back now on the FIFINE K688 XLR USB dynamic microphone, and it is on their low-profile BM88 Boom Arm. Now, we are connected through XLR into the audio interface, just like I was on the Shure SM7DB, so they should be in similar quality. And this is again running through my Vocaster 2 audio interface, and then that is connected into my MacBook Pro. So here is the audio quality and sound test. Let's see what it sounds like with no noise and just see what it picks up. Okay, and now we're gonna turn on a fan behind it, just like we did on the other test, and we'll see what it sounds like. All right, so now we have the fan on at full blast behind the microphone, and hopefully it's doing a good job of picking up my voice while at the same time rejecting the fan noise behind it. So this is what it's like with the fan on. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to listen to all 3 audio clips, and then we will do a rundown and kind of my thoughts on it and if it's a good buy for you. The FIFINE K688 in USB mode sounds really good for something that's just plug and play. If you use some good quality headphones, you can notice that it does pick up the echo in my room, which is on me and not the microphone. Seriously, I'm impressed. I'm no audiophile and I'm still very much a beginner when it comes to microphones, but I think it sounds pretty great out of the box. Moving on to the Shure SM7DB, which is XLR only and running through my audio interface, right away I notice a richer sound when it comes to my voice. No surprise there, as this is a very high-end and expensive microphone, but I also noticed that it picked up more of the echo in my room and seemed way more sensitive. I did have the fan a little too close behind it during my comparison, and you can tell as it was picking up some of the wind in the recording. And last is the FIFINE K688 in XLR mode, plugged into my audio interface. I can't believe how close it sounded to the Shure SM7DB. You almost can't tell the difference between them, so I think I just saved you like $480, and I may have overspent by that same amount. Even though the Shure SM7DB is the higher end mic that's more premium when it comes to materials and quality, I think the FIFINE microphone is simply the best bang for your buck for most people. As for the Elgato Wave low profile mic arm, I'm going to have to say it's a similar answer. If I had to do it over, I would get the FIFINE K688 microphone, the BM88 Boom Arm, the Bowcaster audio interface, and an XLR cable. It would have let me spend more money on other parts of my setup, and most people wouldn't be able to tell the difference in my audio quality. Thanks again to FIFINE for sending this over to check out, and if you found this comparison helpful, why not give this video a thumbs up? If you're into tech reviews and setups, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you know when I've dropped the next video. And if you want to check out my full desk setup tour, check out this next video here.